დატოვოს საქართველოს ტერიტორია აგრესორის ჯარმა და მისცენ საქართველოს რუსებმა თავისუფლად განვითარების და ცხოვრების საშუალება. აქციის მიმდინარეობის პერიოდში რამდენჯერმე შევიდა გორის მიმართულებით ჰუმანიტარული დახმარებაც და სასწრაფო სამედიცინო დახმარებაც. აქციის მონაწილეებს ამ დახმარებებისთვის ხელი არ შეუშლიათ. ისინი აცხადებენ, რომ ამ ადგილას და რუს სამხედროებთან ისინი ასეთ მშვიდობიან აქციებს გააგრძელებენ იქამდე, ვიდრე ისინი არ დატოვებენ ტერიტორიას.
ისაათისათვის დაიწყო სენაკშიც მოსახლეობა რუსული სამხედრო აგრესიის შეჩერებას და სამხედროების საქართველოსდან გაყვანას მოითხოვს. მშვიდობიანი მსვლელობა მთელი სენაკის მასშტაბით გაიმართა. მობილიზებულია საპატრულო სამსახური, რომელიც აქციის მონაწილეთა უსაფრთხოებას იცავს. რუსი სამხედროების გაყვანის მოთხოვნით აქცია მიმდინარეობს საჩხერეშიც. ადგილობრივები რუსული აგრესიის შეჩერებას ითხოვენ. კამერებიც მოიპარეს, ასევე მოიპარეს დევნილებისათვის ჩატანილი ჰუმანიტარული ტვირთი და მანქანები. დაყვანილი ქართველი ჯარისკაცები აგრესორებმა ფოთის პორტის ტერიტორიიდან სავარაუდოდ სენაკის ზუგდიდის მიმართულებით წაიყვანეს. პარალელურად პორტი უკვე დატოვა ნაძარცვით დატვირთულმა რუსულმა ჯავშან ტექნიკამ. ხედავთ კადრებში, როგორ ძარცვავენ და ანადგურებენ ფოთის პორტში არსებულ ტექნიკას და ინვენტარს.
It was described as an emergency meeting about Russia and Georgia in the United Nations Security Council, but no action was taken. Since the start of the fighting, the Council has been unable to agree on even a simple statement. The UN's Peace and Security Wing paralyzed, with Russia resisting international pressure.
The UN has never been easily able to produce when one of the permanent members, one of the big powers, was directly involved. And we see that at play right now.
What did happen at the session was a public tilt of the majority of the Security Council against Russia.
The United Kingdom calls on Russia to take immediate steps to comply with the agreement it has signed and to end its military aggression in Georgia.
Since Russian forces have not fully withdrawn from Georgian territory, Western countries toughened up a stalled Security Council resolution. Countries that preferred a more balanced approach have lost patience.
Sir, it is essential that arms be put down, but withdrawal is also essential.
The French-led resolution now demands an immediate withdrawal of Russian forces to original lines, along with the return of Georgia's military to its bases.
The objectives of this offensive suggest Russian intentions to weaken and subjugate Georgia, a sovereign country with a democratically elected government that poses no threat to Russia.
Russia denied humanitarian abuses and accused fellow council members of a propaganda campaign.
Today, in this room once again, there's been yet another attempt to turn things on their head and portray the aggressor as the victim.
The longer Russia stays in Georgia, the greater the risk it may not be able to change perceptions.
I sincerely hope that the Russians will honor the commitment through this ceasefire agreement.
The latest proposed resolution seems begging to be vetoed by Russia. France's deputy ambassador said it's non-confrontational. Western diplomats and Russia's ambassador did agree on one thing. It would be better for all if the full Security Council could agree on a resolution whose terms might go some ways towards ending this crisis. Richard Roth, CNN, United Nations.
This is a journey into Georgia's war zone, We're heading for villages cut off from the outside world by the fighting, determined to find out what really happened here. This is the deserted village of Terdnidzi. We find a terrified and distraught woman reliving the horror unleashed here.
There was a young man sitting in front of the shop over there. The Ossetians just pointed their gun at him and shot him.
Nearby, 3 refugees tell me they've spent 4 days walking from South Ossetia. They fled when their village was attacked and don't know what's happened to their families. Tamara is blind. Maro wonders how they will all survive. In our village, Alexander tells me, they killed a lot of people. Many tried to flee, but they were shot as well. Leia Tatunashvili shows me the burned-out remains of her home, torched by South Ossetian militias. Her family were lucky to survive.
Throughout our journey, we're hearing the same story, that South Ossetian militias came into these villages, torching people from their homes. It was a brutal and systematic campaign.
In the village of Kivyani, we're taken to a house where one of those killed lies beneath a blanket. Vano tells me the victim was shot by the militia. He says so many have suffered here.
There was a dead body lying on the road for 6 days. I saw how they shot that guy in the face. I don't know how I survived death while the fighting was going on.
Every village in this border area is like this. It's a ghost town, completely devoid of life. This is a desolate place to be.
Near the edge of South Ossetia, there was no sign of any imminent withdrawal of Russian forces, despite Moscow signing a ceasefire agreement. For those whose lives have been ripped apart, like Maro, Tamara and Alexander, the struggle for survival continues on their road to nowhere. Neil Connery, ITV News, Terdnidzi.